Do you know why God waited until Samson was about to die of thirst before giving him water through the jawbone of a donkey? This isn't a legend. It isn't a myth. It's one of the most unbelievable provisions recorded in the Bible. That day, Samson killed 1,000 Philistines using nothing but a donkey's jawbone. No sword, no army, only the strength God gave him in the bone in his hand. But when the battle ended, the strength left him, and Samson was immediately overwhelmed by extreme thirst. He collapsed in the wilderness, his body completely giving out, unable even to stand. And he cried out to God with these words, "I have just won this great victory for you, and now I'm going to die here?" What happened next came without warning. No river appeared, no one came running. There wasn't even time to wait for a miracle. The discarded donkey's jawbone in his hand suddenly split open, and water poured out, right in front of him, right beneath his feet, in the one place no one would ever expect water to exist. Samson drank, and he lived. This rescue didn't lead to another battle. There was no glory scene. Only one thing happened: provision. The point of this story was never the bone. It's this: when you have no strength left, no resources, and no way out, God still does. He doesn't need you to have something left. He doesn't wait for you to recover. He steps in precisely when you can't hold on anymore. If you believe God can carry you when you are completely exhausted, write in the comments, "God is my strength," and share this message so more people can see it. Did you know that before the Great Flood came, the giants once tried to build a massive ship, one they believed could defy the will of heaven? According to Genesis 6:1-4, Noah was building the ark day after day, exactly as God commanded. The sound of his hammer echoed across the wilderness, while the giants stood at a distance laughing at his faith, laughing at his persistence, even laughing at the seemingly small strength of a mortal man. Arrogantly, they boasted, "If an ordinary human can survive a divine disaster, then we, stronger than all creation from the day we were born, should be able to build an even greater ship." But arrogance always collapses when fear arrives. That night, they all shared the same nightmare. The sky split open with fire, the earth shattered like broken pottery and sank beneath the sea, and the flood surged toward them like a living monster, dragging their gigantic bodies into a bottomless abyss. Those giants who had never known fear experienced utter helplessness for the first time. The silence after they awoke was far more terrifying than the flood. They looked at one another, no mocking, only the weight of dread pressing on their chests. For the first time, the giants realized their strength could not save them, and their massive bodies could not shield them from judgment. So they panicked and began building a ship far larger than Noah's. Huge logs were torn, bent, and bound by their hands, and towering walls of wood rose high into the clouds. They believed height could outrun the waters, and weight could secure their future. But they relied on strength, not obedience, skill, not faith, pride, not God. What they built was not an ark. It was a monument to their illusion of invincibility. When the first raindrop fell, they did not fear. The first drop felt like a mistake, the second hardly worth noticing. But when the heavens tore apart and endless sheets of water poured from the sky, they finally realized the nightmare was becoming reality. Noah's Ark was lifted by grace, upheld as if by an invisible hand. The giants rushed toward their colossal ship, raising their arms in triumphant laughter, convinced their brilliance would overcome the will of God. But their laughter lasted shorter than a flash of lightning. "What's happening? The hull, it's breaking apart." The structure that once seemed indestructible began twisting, splitting, peeling away. The fortress they had built with their own hands shattered into fragments, torn apart by the raging flood with no resistance. The giants' strength, their glory, their pride, all sank with their collapsing ship beneath the waves. Amid thunder and roaring waters, only Noah's Ark moved steadily forward. He looked out over the drowning world and spoke a truth that echoes through the ages. If it isn't built according to God's will, no amount of strength can hold it together. We are often just like those giants, thinking our own strength can carry us through the storm, forgetting that the only true refuge is God. If you believe faith is more reliable than strength, write Amen, and share this message so more people may understand. It is not weakness that destroys us, but trusting in things that were never strong enough to save us.